Let's take a look then. Hello, my name is Chris and this is Writing Delight. As always, I would like to take a look back at the beginning of the year, at my personal top 10 of the past year. So here are my top 10 of 2024. These are the fountain pens that I used the most. Since I don't keep a book about every use, this is of course just my impression. But let's start with a special mention. This fountain pen is still clearly too new and too fresh in my possession to include it here. But it is already on its way to the list, because I'm currently using it a lot and with pleasure. It is the Diplomat Viper, a new fountain pen from Diplomat. With a concealed nib and a magnetically held cap. So, to place 10. This is occupied by the Pelikan Ineo. This slim fountain pen from Pelikan kept finding its way into my hand. And that despite the major disadvantage that no converter fits into the fountain pen. I said in the review that no second ink cartridge fits the other way around into the barrel as a reserve. That was also the case with my pens. But the comments I've been getting about this indicate that it is now possible. I usually use a converter, but that also means that a lot of cartridges accumulated here. Maybe that's why I like the fountain pen. Or because it is slim and sturdy. Or it writes well and fits well in the hand. But probably for all the reasons. In ninth place I have an old acquaintance, the Diplomat Magnum John Doe. I have been a fan of this plastic fountain pen from Diplomat for a long time. Certainly also because of the nib, which seems to have been a lucky choice. Because in my example, it is slightly flexible, while normally it is rather rigid. But this makes the fountain pen very pleasant to write with, and I simply enjoy writing with it. In 8th place is the new Kaweco Piston Sport AL. The well-known Sport in the aluminium version as a piston fountain pen. Without the cap on, it is actually too small for my hands. But it is particularly suitable for notes, despite its size. And that's exactly what I have it for. As a piston fountain pen, it has a good ink supply, and thanks to the aluminium casing, it is stable enough for on the go, or at work. And if you do want to write a little longer, you can still post the cap, and the pen is long enough. Oh yes, the fact that the winding mechanism is only accessible after unscrewing a cap also makes it quite safe. In 7th place is the Clio Scribent Classic Palladium. The name Classic fits quite well, because the shape and design are classic. Here however in the color Bordeaux. It's a fountain pen with a fairly rigid nib that writes smoothly. It's also available as a piston fountain pen, but here it is the version for ink cartridges or converter. All in all, a classic looking fountain pen that is elegant and writes well and pleasantly. In 6th place, a true classic, the Pelikan M100 Stormtrooper. I've had the fountain pen for a while now, but it really caught my eye in 2024. It's quite small, but it writes very pleasantly. It has a fairly flexible extra fine nib, which also writes much broader. Then there's a special color combination with the white body and black elements. Even a matte black nib. That's just something special, and it writes great. This fountain pen is just fun. Before I get to the next fountain pens, I have a quick question for you. Which fountain pen was your personal fountain pen 2024? Which one did you like to use the most, and why? Just write it in the comments. I'm sure there will be many great fountain pens. At number 5 on my list is an old acquaintance. At least the basic shape has always been represented so far. Of course, I'm talking about the Diplomat Aero. It's a fountain pen that I just like. It feels great in the hand, writes well with a large nib, and also looks great in my opinion. Last year it was replaced by the Elox Matrix, but they're very similar. The Aero is not a very popular fountain pen for nothing. And this time I also used my first Aero in orange the most. This year my fourth favorite was the Pelikan M800 Blue. A classic M800 in this special color scheme. It is a great fountain pen with a great nib. It is fun to write with, and thanks to its size, it is also well suited for large hands. Its 18-karat gold nib naturally also makes the fountain pen pleasant to use. It writes well. The Waldmann Commander 23 is my third most used fountain pen. A fountain pen that I had already taken a shine to with its predecessor, the normal Commander. I liked the new version even more. The large nib in the fountain pen alone makes it a pleasure to write with. And that's with a stainless steel nib. It simply writes gently on the paper and offers a little line variance. In second place, another old favorite, the Diplomat Nexus. I already loved the idea of this fountain pen when it was introduced. An eyedropper with a safety valve. It works well and of course offers a very large ink reservoir. This makes it a fountain pen that I not only enjoy using at home, but also when I'm on the go. It has a rigid nib that writes very well. Especially for understatement on the go, I like the original version better than the demonstrator. A fountain pen that caught my eye at the trade fair in January of this year made it to number 1. The Waldmann Grandeur in Ocean Blue. And then with a gold nib. This writes wonderfully softly and also produces a pleasant line variance. And it looks great, at least in my opinion. The silver body, which is decorated with fine guilloche work and then painted over with a transparent blue. It looks great. And I also really like the fact that this combination is repeated at the beginning of the cap, over a piece of silver decorated with lines. It rounds off the fountain pen even more. That was a brief insight into the fountain pens that I particularly enjoyed using last year. Not exclusively these, but most often. Even if it was just a quick note, or for whatever reason, just because. Because a fountain pen is so pleasant to write with. I would like to wish you a happy new year. Have fun writing, and I hope the videos that are coming this year will continue to be of interest to you. See you next time.